Let's see. Is this thing? Yeah, it's on. Hello, guys. This is Rainbow Star, the reader, signing in. And today I'm doing another one-shot reading. I'm gonna go close my door so no one interrupts me. But, yes, I think if you know how it works on here, I'm doing a reading from the one-shot book, Klance One-Shots, because my rule is that if I'm going to read a chapter or one-shot from the same book, the background will stay the same as it always is, as the last time I did that. So, I'm going to close the door now. There we go. I'm back, and let's start this one. This time I decided I would be doing a one-shot called Homework. And this one, and 3, 2, 1, I'll start. College AU. Hey Keith, we should do something. Lance loosely hung his arms over his boyfriend's shoulders. He leaned over Keith, who sat at his desk. Maybe we can go out to dinner, or walk down the beach, or window shop in the mall, or we can go check out a movie. I know you've been wanting to see Annabelle. Keith frowned down at his paper, trying to concentrate. No. Lance pouted. Aw, why not? Homework. Lance nuzzled Keith's ear, making him purse his lips in irritation. Do it later. No. We don't have to be out really long then. Just an hour or two. Then after you can come back and do your work. That sound good? Keith shook his head. No. Please? Then how about just an hour? No. Half an hour? No. 20 minutes? No. Lance rolled his eyes. No, is that the only word you know? No. Lance jumped up, pointing at Keith. Haha. See? Keith glared at Lance, but turned back to his work. You can go out and do something, or go see a movie, or whatever else you said you really wanted to do. Lance hugged Keith from behind again, resting his chin on top of Keith's head. But I don't want to. Why? Lance pressed a soft kiss on Keith's ear. Keith felt a chill go up his spine. 'Cause you wouldn't be right there with me. Keith blushed, but kept his concentration on his work. Unfortunately for him, Lance was making that very difficult. Lance! Come on, Keith. Come on. Please, Keith? I don't want to go by myself. Call Hunk. I'm sure he'll be happy to hang out with you. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Nothing. Are you saying you wouldn't be happy to hang out with me? Lance asked dramatically. Keith raised a brow and pointed his pencil into Lance's chest, pushing him away slightly. I'm saying, leave me alone so I can do my work. Lance smirked, a mischievous idea forming in his head. He quickly grabbed Keith's pencil and ran out of the room, laughing manically. Hey! Keith got up and chased after Lance. Come on, Lance. I have to do my work. If you want your pencil, Lance giggled and held his arm above his head as far as he could. Come and get it. Keith sighed, knowing he couldn't reach that far, but still tried anyway. But Keith being smaller than Lance, of course, his fingertips could only barely touch his wrist. Lance began to laugh, and Keith blushed at his shortness. This isn't funny, Lance, Keith growled. Can I please get back to my work? Lance let Keith have his pencil. Oh, fine. Thank you. But Lance suddenly grabbed the sides of Keith's hips, making him jump. When Keith looked at him, his lips were connected with the Cuban's. Keith was taken aback, dropping his pencil. Lance stepped forward, which forced Keith to back up. They weren't dating for too long, so for Lance to kiss Keith so passionately... Oi, phone, stop scrolling up and down. It's choosing to do this again. It was doing this last night. It's the same phone I was using last night. So passionately took him off guard. Lance. He was pushed against the wall. Lance's hands roamed Keith's stomach, slipping underneath his shirt. He bit Keith's bottom lip and pulling. I'm sorry. I'm just kind of a stuttery mess at the second. And plus, it's quite loud outside, so I apologize for that as well. He bit Keith's bottom lip, pulling it gently with his teeth. Keith moaned softly, moving to wrap his arms around Lance's neck, but then Lance pulled away. He smirked at Keith and patted his cheek. Maybe I will give Hunk a call. Keith stared at him, wide eyes, frozen in shock. What? He moved away and grabbed his jacket. Keith still stood in complete shock. He could only blink as Lance opened the door. He twirled his keys and grinned at Keith, cocking his head. You shouldn't just stand there, Keith. Didn't you say you have work to get done? Lance winked and shut the door. Once Keith finally composed himself, he screamed and pulled at his hair. Lance! That's the end of that one shot. Wow, I'm surprised it's so short for me. For that one. I don't know what that was about, but it was quite the short one shot. Maybe I'm getting faster at reading these. I don't know. My first ones were definitely stuttery, if anything. But I'll do another recording in a second. This is Rainbow Star, the reader, signing out, and don't draw a hole in your head. Dang, I need to come up with a different outro because this is the one for my normal channel.